in terms of what offers might be and really simplifying those. And I think where I want to use the agents this month is, so I use GHL, but what I want to do is I want to just simplify the flow. So I want to get the whole, whether it's, redoing the funnels, making those better, making sure that I'm kind of maximizing how much I use chat to
Yeah.
help me. So not just in terms of setting it up, but are there things, because I know now that there are things that it can do, it can trigger things and bits and bobs like that. So I'm kind of like, I feel like I'm kind of missing a trick somewhere that it could be doing more to help me day to day that I'm not needing to actively do something. I'm making sense.
Are you talking about automation, Heather?
Yeah,
Okay, automation generally needs a third party. It needs a third party app,
right.
generally, is my understanding. So you can't hook these agents up to a third party app. You would need an API key. There is an
Okay.
agent that you can use with inside of ChatGPT. I must admit, I haven't actually used it that much. Well, I haven't. I've only used it a couple of times. The agent will go off and do things automatically. However, I haven't tested it with passwords, things like passwords and codes. It's not something that I particularly want to give ChatGPT at this stage.
No, no.
No,
Yeah, no,
exactly.
yeah, so would it then be better to just get it to help me set, using GHL, which kind of does all the funnels and the automation, all of that is done by that system. As I say, I was just aware that people are talking about how they are using using chat to kind of do part of the process, but I might be misinformed.
Yeah, I think part of the process is that you give it a bit of information and it automatically does what it needs to do.
Yeah.
Is that what you mean? Do you think? What's GHL?
So GHL Go High Level. So it's a
Oh,
platform.
right, right,
So
right,
it's
right,
CRM, funnels, website, affiliate
right.
links, sales page, landing page, the whole nine yards.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So it's no, it that's got the back end to it. So it's got all those platforms within it.
Yes. So
Yeah.
it's like,
So think of part of what we've created is strategy, big picture strategy, bringing your plan together, and then using the other agents to bring it together, and then you would put it in something like Go a high level.
yeah,
That's what I do, Heather. I do all the stuff I need to do on chat, and then I just I've
just
got
wang it
all.
into chat into GHL.
I use Nexus 360, and that does exactly the same. It's got, landing pages, website, CRM. It's got everything in there, but it doesn't link to chat. It's got its own AI
Yeah,
if I
yeah.
choose to use it. But I just don't want to overcomplicate, um, having too much AI going on. So I just keep it simple. Anything I need to do, I do it in chat, and then I just copy and
Transfer it.
paste over.
Okay.
I
Thank
think I
you.
was going
Yeah.
to ask you, Wendy, and it
Yeah.
has just come to my mind now, talking about copying and pasting. Someone within my side hustle team, Penny, she does training on AI, and I haven't done any of her stuff, but she posts like lots of tops and tips. And she said, be careful when you're copying and pasting from chat, because in the spaces between words, they leave like a watermark.
Yeah, it's the
And
same for any copy. Anything that you copy offline is going to have code running in the back of it. So
and
in the
so
olden days, yeah, in the olden days, what we used to do is there used to be an online tool that you could just pop it in and it would just clean it up. So the back end, but whatever you copy offline has some sort of code running in the back of it.
because she just gave a tip to say,
Yeah, you can
put it
clean
into
it.
put it into a Word document and run a search and find a blank, and then replace it with another, a new blank. So anyway, I've been doing that.
Yeah, I mean there used to be a tool that I've actually forgotten to do it. It's just gone out of my periphery because there's so many things to do. But I think there is a tool you can just drop it in and it just cleans it up.
I mean, that's not that it matters because I think, everybody's, I do stuff on ChatGPT, then I do my own little tweaks to make it sound a bit look more like me, although I don't have to do many tweaks because it is pretty good. So,
Yeah,
mm,
yeah, cool.
okay, I just wondered if you've got any advice on that, but
Yeah, no,
I'll
I always used to use a tool. I'll have a look to see if I can find what the tool is, but you would just drop your copy in and it would clean it up.
mm.
Um, but yeah,
I
or
think it's
online,
more for,
anything that's written online.
I think it's more for like people who are doing theses and stuff like that. I think the colleges and schools and everybody check documents to make sure that everything hasn't just been generated by ChatGPT, from an academic perspective.
Yeah,
I
for
think,
sure, for sure. I get that. Marina was just saying that I think she uses the same system. She uses the same system, Heather. She does it all in ChatGPT and then she moves it across
Yeah,
to
which is kind of what I've been doing. As I say,
yeah,
you kind of hear people saying things, and I just wanted to make sure I wasn't missing something where, in some way, I could I could make the experience better for me,
yeah,
and
of
therefore better
course.
for just sharpen it up a bit.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Just I'll
Lorraine?
just a quick add in. I'm not, I mean, I have the access to GHL, but I haven't used it yet. But my colleague who that's what she does is creates the systems and things for that for people. When we are doing our things, she'll have it like put it in the format, like chat will put it into the format for the custom keys, put it all in that order. So it's just a matter of quickly pasting it
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
order that way. So yeah.
No, thanks for that, Lorna. Yeah.
Uh, uh, Mel, what were you saying? Sorry?
Lisa was just talking about scrubbing the spaces out.
Oh,
So
right.
I've
Okay.
did a quick search as well whilst we're on here because I remembered using something many years ago, but obviously
Yeah.
it was years ago. There's completely new apps now that do it for you. So there's just two options there that might be of
Oh,
use. I
brilliant.
haven't looked into them, so I don't know if they're free, etc., or if there's a fee for them. But yeah, just research them and see what they look like for you.
Yeah, brilliant. Thanks for that. That's really useful. Okay, so just coming back to what you want to achieve this month, has anyone got anything specific that they want to achieve using the agents? We all good? All good? All good.
so I just need to tidy up my chat because I realise I've got so much stuff in there. I need to delete some of the stuff, and I've started doing what you suggested, Wendy. You know how we've been doing our weekly summaries, and I find that hello, oh,
Sorry, I was just flipping over. Yeah, go on. Sorry, Lisa. I was just going
how
to
we're
my
doing our
screen.
weekly summaries. I now find it easier to have specific chats for the specific things that I'm doing, so that chat, and I'll bring the agents in now that we can go back to doing that. But so if I'm doing a project like my Storm to Shore project, I'll just have a chat all about that.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
just leave it going because
yeah,
otherwise I couldn't remember where I'd left stuff. I just
yeah.
delete it.
It's a,
And then
it's a nightmare. Let's be fair. If you're not an organized person, I mean, I'm highly organized, but if you're not, it's a real challenge.
mm,
But I always say name it and then put two little icons by it. So two little icons so that you know that it's important. So even I'm doing it, Lisa. I've got ones here that I need to icon because I know I want to keep these, but I just haven't done it.
that's a good idea using the icon.
Icon, yeah, three little buttons, rename, and then just
Okay.
put some little icons in it. So if it's important, but I'm probably not going to use it, I just archive everything because I just think it has more of a memory. It now has more of a memory, so it can sorry, I got confused. Helen, it says enter the room, but you're already here. So it must be an app.
No.
No. Right. So let's just talk about projects for a
Wendy, Wendy, can I just ask, when you put things into archive,
Yeah,
does that remain in chat's memory? Or
yeah.
so it's better to archive than to delete.
I would archive.
Okay,
So
that's good.
I've always archived just in case it updated the memory, which it did do. So I would always archive and leave it there, unless you just want to get rid of it. Unless it's just, you've just got so much content. It's just insane. Right. So in projects, there seems to have been an update recently, which I'm not quite sure when it came in. But when you're creating a new project, you will have in the settings here, it will say, and I think this might have come in when the memory updated. It will give you two options with your project. Either to only use the information contained within the project, or use all the information that you've got inside of ChatGPT. So obviously, if you're doing the project, I would keep it to project only, not the whole of your ChatGPT conversations. So if you're doing a project, I would keep it project only, but just know that once you've done it, you can't change it. You can't change it back. So I've got quite a few projects here that were under the old style that I now cannot change, which is fine because I'm not actually using them. I use them as evidence for creating agents more than anything. So just be mindful of that. Another thing that you can actually do, which I know.
Wendy, so is that changing it per project, or do you?
Yeah, per project.
Per project. Okay,
Yeah,
that's good.
per project. It will do per project, but just remember, once you've done it, you can't unset it.
Okay.
The other thing in projects that I've only just noticed, I don't know why it's taking me so long, but when you name it, you can give it a little color, and you can give it an icon, which is really cool. Don't know why it's taken me so long to realize that, but I don't know if it's new or whether I just didn't. I'm normally pretty cool. I'm normally pretty up to date, but yeah, so you can, like my projects here, you can give them a little icon and you can name them.
Wendy, if you could address the aspect of like when you're using this new project, where you would put in the note that you had sent to us in WhatsApp about not using the projects because of, so if you could address that, because I
thought is Helen still here? Helen's popping in and out. I need to let her back in. Right. I thought, as you did, Lorna, that this would be really great, that we could pull agents into it and that we could use a project with multiple agents. But what I discovered when I was using it is that when you create a project, it's working from the normal formula of ChatGPT, and you have to remember to pull the agent in. So if I just do okay, let me just see if it will do it. So in theory, it's not doing it. Hang on, maybe I need to do it that way. Right. So in this bar here, you have to remember to always add the agent. So when you create a new chat and you're just solely using an agent and not a project, you don't forget to bring the agent in because it's constantly there. That's one thing. So unless you're constantly on it and you're constantly checking to see if the agent is there, it's going to drop off. So you're not actually using the agent. The other thing is when I was using it with the CEO with Lucas over the week, what I found was it wasn't actually saving the chats in the project. Some it would, some it wouldn't. Some it would move back into just normal chats. So it was swinging between projects and chats. You don't want that when you're doing a project. That's going to be really confusing. You're not going to know where your information is. It's not a solid use of using projects in terms of bringing agents in. It's not.
I didn't think you could bring agents into projects.
It's new.
Oh, is it new?
It's new. Yeah. it's new, but it isn't foolproof. It's not stable. So for some things it would, for some things it wouldn't. So I think when you're using agents, you do what we've always done, is that you start with the lead agent, whichever it is, whichever one it is that you're using, and then you use it to bring in other agents that way, and don't have it as a project. So it gets a bit confusing. So ChatGPT projects means you can put a lot of data, a lot of information in the project. But the idea of a project this way is that you have a overall instruction. Where is it? Why can I not see it? Why can I not see it? So normally, let's see if it's here. No, it's not add file. That's very odd. Normally, you would have a custom instruction that sits in the project that overrides everything. I can't actually see where it is, which is a bit strange. Let me just go into another one. That is really weird. I can't see where it is. That's really strange. In the projects, you would normally have a space where you could add a custom instruction. I don't know where it's gone, but it should be there. But
Why
it's
not
not.
open up a new project? Just see if it's in there, Wendy.
Let's new project. Test project. No, that's really strange. Because I'm sure when you've been using projects, you upload your folders, you start different chats, but there should be a primary section that says that where you put the prompt for the project. So I'm not quite sure. Well, I don't know what's happened. I mean, I don't use it that way. That's really weird. Yeah. So that makes it even more confusing now. But yeah, normally in projects, normally you have a section for a prompt, which tells the project how you want to use it. So maybe we need to have another word for how we're actually using the agents. So I'm thinking when you use the agents, the project is a specific piece of work. So let's just say you were doing a branding piece of work, you were using one of the agents. I would see that as a project. It's got a clear beginning, a middle, and an end. But maybe we need to think of another word other than project, so it's not confusing. So projects are not stable for agents, which is a shame because that would have been really useful. We could have put everything together in one space. Has anyone got any more questions around projects and agents? I think most of you don't actually use projects.
I do.
I do.
use.
Oh, you do?
I use.
Do you know? Have you seen the prompt place? Have you seen the prompt section, Lise? Heather, have you seen it?
No, I mean this is the thing. Strangely, I've kind of just used it because it's a place to put. So I run my session every Tuesday. So
Yeah.
each style of session, I've now put into a project so that it kind of knows all the details of that. So I don't have to have it in one long just sort of long thread somewhere else. It just
Yeah.
keeps it all in one. It's kind of a little bit more of a better filing system for me because it keeps it all in one
Yeah.
place. But I haven't found that kind of place where you can put all the instructions to run the project. I've kind of done that myself.
Yeah. 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 Okay.
I
They
mean,
must have.
I'll tell you what, I use projects particularly if I'm dealing with an HR issue for a client, and I don't do many of those now, but I'll leave that as a project because I'm asking it legal stuff and and I can add files, I add documents and all sorts of stuff into the project,
Yeah.
and I can just access it easily. And that's where I use projects.
Yeah, that makes sense. It makes sense. Just remember now that that new button has been added. So it wasn't there before when you would have created it. So just remember, when you're setting up a new project, you need to make a decision whether it's going to use everything or it's just going to use what's contained within the project.
And,
Which is
and Wendy, what's the benefits of either or? You know, because if you wanted to draw on the whole memory of your ChatGPT, isn't that far better than having it just restricted to that project? Why would you just restrict it to a project?
Because you just gave a really great example, Lise, which was if you're using it for a client, you would want just client information. You wouldn't want it to use the whole of everything that you've created, because it might just skew it might skew with it a little bit.
Okay, that's fine. I just wanted to.
I'd say client, you know, if it's a client's project. So when I create agents for people now, what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to say, just use the information contained within this project. I don't want it going outside of the project, just in case it pulls something else in. But when you're doing something as serious as that, you always want to double check it anyway. You know, if you were giving it to a client, you would double check it. You know the nuance of it. Yeah. Okay. So, I think is that a question? Oh, okay. No, right. Okay. So that's projects. Right. There are 2 new agents that are going to be created. I don't think they'll be dropped this month. They'll be dropped, where are we now? September, one in October and one in November. The first one is going to be called Code, and it's a 3rd generation agent, which means that it's been created from Lucas, from Flow, and then I'll be creating a new structure over the top of it. And that new structure is to help you to become a more effective leader. So it's to help you to identify where your blocks are, what you're constantly doing on repeat that isn't helping you, and to code in a new way of doing things. It's a unique and a special agent, particularly because it's 3rd generation. No one's creating 3rd generation agents. I'll be very surprised if anyone else is doing it.
Oh, I'm sorry if I'm being thick. What's a 3rd generation agent?
So Lucas was the first. He's then been cloned and turned into Flow. So it's got Lucas's methodology, and then on top of that, I've created Flow, which was to mirror Lucas, to give the softer side, the more female side, the more Lucas is, you need to do this, this, and this. However, as a human, what generally tends to happen is we get stuck in that process. So Flow is the human side. Flow is the energetic. Okay, why aren't you achieving this? What's stuck? What's getting in the way? Sort of thing. It's the female. I see Lucas very much as male and Flow very much as female. Logic and energy. Logic, not even energy. Logic and why you're stuck, what's going on, softer. So brings the two together. So 1st generation Lucas, 2nd generation Flow. I'm now going to create another layer that sits over the top of them, which is about patterns. Patterns of what is playing out. So it's going to be more focused in on leadership, helping you to get out of your own way. So quite different. And I'm thinking of doing a retreat with that to show people actually how to use it, how to embed it. But I think that'll probably come up. Next month. I've got quite a few agents to create, so I don't think that will. And also, I need to think about it. I've created the framework for it. I need to think about how it's actually going to operate, how it's actually going to work in practice, in theory. The other agent I'm creating will be based around branding. It'll be about branding DNA, so identifying exactly who you are, what you're about from a fresh perspective, what you're about, and making it crystal clear that you know exactly what it is that your clients want, and then your messaging around that. So that one will be September, October, November. That one will probably be dropping. And okay, so we have any questions, anyone?
No.
You're good?
All good.
All good. We have a masterclass coming up on Wednesday the 17th. I seem to have mixed the day up because we've changed the date twice. So I keep calling it Thursday when it's actually Wednesday. So we have a new masterclass coming up on the 17th of. Now, when I say masterclass, okay, I mean this loosely. It's not masterclass as in me teaching you how to do something. It is a masterclass on book companion agents. You know, why book companion agents, how to monetize them, the things that you need to think about. I'm not actually teaching. And I wouldn't actually now, I wouldn't teach how to create agents because it's just too complicated. You know, there's a lot of moving parts. It's complicated. What I will do is work with people to help them to create their own agents, so their own agent ecosystem. But actually, teaching people how to create agents is just it's way too complicated, and it shifts and it moves all the time. So I'll be creating book companion agents for people. I'm on my 5th one now. And also, creating agent ecosystems for clients.
So the masterclass on the 17th of September,
Yep.
is that for us as members?
It's free. No, it's free. It's just
anybody can attend.
Yeah, anyone can attend. It's just talking about book agents. You know, why you'd create them, how you can use them, how you can monetize them, some of the things that you need to think about. But I won't be teaching it because it's too complicated. It's way too complicated. And you know, I think there is a big risk is that if I teach it, people are going to be giving them out willy-nilly, and you do not want to give people access to an agent unless you have a contract. People need to sign a contract if they're using AI. You need to protect them, and you need to also protect your business. Really, really important when you're using AI. I just saw something earlier on about AI being sued because some kid committed suicide after using AI. You've got to protect your own, you've got to protect your client, and also you've got to protect yourself as well. You don't want that coming back on you. Because AI is, you know, it can be a bit unpredictable, and it's really about the person who is using it. So just out of interest, if you were going to create an AI agent, let me just stop share. What are some of the agents that you could potentially use that your client, that your clients could use? Because we are going to be moving into a space where AI companions, AI agents are going to be a norm within training, development, coaching, you know, even therapy.
So for me, the simplest one that I would do would be, so we have an accountability group based on Master Goals principles, so that somebody, so whether it's coming from us or our licensed practitioners, that they can give that to their clients so that that accountability can be something that they can do. Some people want to just get on with it themselves. Some people actually want the group and the human interaction. For me, that's preferable. But if they want to be able to do it just on a daily basis to really keep themselves on track, that's what it would be used for.
Oh, hang on. Sorry, hang on. Hold that thought. Gingy, stop.
Crisis in Thailand.
I was just about to say, it just goes to show life just goes on, doesn't it? Things don't stop for Zoom.
Sorry, Heather.
Castle.
That's right, Laurie.
I'm dog sitting. Shut it.
As you know, I know the feeling.
So, did you say about accountability?
Yeah, so basically it's using the master principles. So yes, whilst we gather in a group on a weekly basis,
Yeah.
for us to use one of our worksheets or whatever, but actually to have a series of things to just take people through so that they can really use the master goals principles to kind of shape the day much more effectively, and so just keep them on track even more effectively.
Yeah.
And as I say,
Absolutely.
that could then
Yeah.
be an add-on for our practitioners who are using it, they could then, when appropriate, use it with their clients. So it becomes a value add.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. The important thing is it keeps them engaged. It's a lot of space in a week. There's a lot of space to fill. They can get lost, they get you get distracted, something can happen. Uh, I think one of the biggest strengths of AI is the fact that you can use it 24/7. You don't have to wait to speak to somebody. That's like, so yeah, if you can give them access so they stay with you, so think of it a bit as being more sticky. That
Yeah,
is
it would be part of a
yeah,
whatever program they're on or whatever, or even once they've done a program, to then just keep them engaged and keep them using it, and so that it literally is a built-in habit.
yeah, yeah. Uh, Hello, Marina. Hello, baby cat. Oh, okay. Marina, you were saying, do you have a prompt to create the contract? Oh my God, no. The contract is so complicated. You're a VIP client, so when I've updated mine, I'll send you a copy of mine, ours. And then you can just go through it and see what you want to add in and take out. Because the contract is actually really complicated. It's like 16 pages long.
Yeah, I think I have got. I know you've shared a couple of things with me, so I think there is something where I did just change your name to my name, so that might be the thing. But I haven't actually. They've got access to that if that's the thing, but I
Yeah.
haven't done anything formally where they actually sign it, and I think that's probably what it needs to be put into a DocuSign or something like
Yeah,
that.
I would do that.
But yeah, if you send that over, and I'll just check to see if that's the thing that I've got already, and then
It should be because you signed it.
Oh, okay. Oh, maybe that's not the thing that I have shared. Yeah. Okay. I'll wait for you to send over an updated one
Yeah,
then, and then
yeah. I've got to update it for a new client anyway. So yeah, it's just really important because you don't know how they're going to use it and what they're going to do. You don't know
yeah.
even though you've trained it and you think it's reliable, you just don't, with the changes that come in. So you just don't know. Just protect yourself. It takes 2 seconds. You've got the document, get someone to sign it, job done. Then you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, so I think I've gone through everything. No final questions, thoughts, anything that you've learned, anything that you think is amazing. Just give me anything you think we could do better. Just throw it at me. Or as long as it's not too brutal. I can't do it brutal at the moment. Let's just be nice. Just anything nice, just give me anything else, forget it. You're good?
Yes.
Oh,
Oh, I will add, I went completely off piste last night and I started to design a tattoo for myself using, is it Deli or whatever you call it? So that is nothing whatsoever to do with business and nothing whatsoever to do with agents or anything that way. But I just thought, sod it, I'll just have a little bit of fun and went a bit completely off piste with it. I got a really bit annoyed with it because it really frustrates me when it put us one thing, you go, yeah, I really like that. Can you keep that but add this? And then they take all that away and don't add that. And I'm like, But anyway, that's the joys of
Is this your first tattoo?
it will be.
Yeah, I'm going to have my first one this year. Already
So,
designed.
Oh,
um,
that's fantastic picture. See, I can't ever create anything that fantastic in chat. All mine
There's
come back with
I
three eyes.
I I found somebody else designed it. I don't have that capability.
oh, I don't know where I don't. There's a quick way
Wendy,
to find
Wendy,
images, isn't there?
can I ask a
Mhm.
question? To create some of the gorgeous images that you use and create on chat, which agents do
Go
you
on.
use, or do you use Darley?
So, um, normally I use is it Dali? I can't even remember what you call it.
Yeah.
Normally,
Darling.
yeah,
Yeah.
normally I use Dali. However, what I have been doing is oh, here's another hack, by the way. Um, if you are on your phone, see, I can't even use this chat. This chat I've had going for 5 weeks. If you use the agents on your phone, it's like they just keep going. You can use them forever. It's not even pulling it up on my desktop. So on the phone, you can use the agents forever, it seems. But if you're on a desktop, it stops you after a certain point. Which is really interesting. So I have an ongoing conversation with this agent. And I was just bringing it up because I created a tattoo based off the conversation that I've been having with the agent, and it created the tattoo. And
Oh, that's a good idea.
yeah, it was extraordinary. Um,
You'll have to download it off your phone and stick it into the WhatsApp group suite.
yeah, maybe it's in the library. Maybe I can access it from the library.
Did you pull in Dolly after that as well, or was that strictly with the agent?
Oh, here you go. Look. So this was the first one it did from a conversation. So I was describing the circle, the star, what I was coding in to my system,
Mhm.
and then it created this image. And then what I've been doing is every week I've been going, okay, what does my star look like now? So it started here,
Mhm.
and now it's here, and the star's different. It's filled out a bit more.
And it looks like a little bit like there's less noise in the background.
Yeah.
I kind of see the bits around it, the numbers and the what sits around it as noise. I don't know what it is for you, but it's
For
interesting
me, that's
that.
code. So that
For me,
represents code.
yeah, for me it's noise. Isn't it weird? Oh yeah, we see these sorts of things.
And Wendy, are you doing that with one of the Empower AI agents, or is
So
that with
yeah.
Dolly?
So no, these have all been created. All of these have been created. Even these ones have all been created from a conversation. So I will. It's not going to let me. It's not going to let me access it. But I can access this conversation on my phone, but I can't access it on my.
I have to go, lovely. Sorry, I've got a
See you,
meeting at
Heather.
9.
Yeah, take care, love.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye,
I am
Helen.
so Wendy, I am totally confused because what so my question was, do you have this conversation in Darley and create it in as a separate conversation about your tattoos or whatever you're doing? Or do you create it in one of the Empower AI
There's
agents
two ways you can do it.
And bring Darley in?
There's two ways that you can do it. So if you have a conversation going, you can say to the agent, create an image based on this.
Yeah.
And then it will take information from the conversation and it will create an image. It will need working on. It will not get it. It will not get what you want. Unless you're an experienced user of how to create art with inside of ChatGPT, you probably will be better off. Otherwise, you'll have your chat or just full of images that you hate. You'd be better off using DALL-E, giving it some copy, and then starting to create the images with inside of DALL-E. Because
Okay.
when you create an image, you need to think of layers. You need to think about context. You need to think about setting, colors, type of art. I know this because I've been doing it for the last 2 years. So for me, it's quite easy to create an image that only takes me a couple of times to get right. But for most people, it will be frustration because it's not giving you what you want it to give you. Marina, you create a lot of, do you still create a lot of art in chat?
Sorry, I'm on my phone, so it takes me forever to find the bloody dashboard. Yeah, I use Dolly, and because I've used Dolly and it has a specific style already created with my branding colours, it tends to know what it is that I want. So I will just put in like a load of copy or a social media post text, and I will just use that, and it will create something. And I noticed actually when I did my,
you know, you say now your branding colours. Do you put in the specific, you know, code? When I say code,
Codes,
the code for the colour.
I think I might have done at some point, but I don't remember. I just used like dark purple, violet, gold. These are my branding colours, and it tends to kind of get it generally. It's not absolutely spot on because my images are quite busy, you know, the ones that I will just use for posts. My proper branding is all done in Canva, but I noticed I used it for a kind of like a thing that I'm doing next week, which is Dragon Codes transmission. And Dali has had an upgrade because it is so fast now with producing the actual images. It literally would take, I don't know, maybe 40 seconds, and you were kind of like watching the clock go by. It does it in about 10 seconds now, like in terms of download. So I don't know what's happened, but it's really fast.
I like how you said you write your post and then you put your post in and get it to create an image from the post. I think that's a really
yeah. But Merlin, who's one of my agents, he creates, or part of what he does, he creates sigils. So like a sigil is more like that, which, you know, if you're doing tattoos, and tattoos kind of, well, it depends what kind of tattoo. But this one was based on doing an £8,000 month. And what I was looking for, you know, in business. And so it kind of then tells you, like Merlin tells you exactly what the different points are and how it relates to wanting to do it with like flow and ease and creativity, not hustle and push. And so the arrows, the dots, the U-curve, the vertical line, it tells you exactly what it actually indicates. So the sigil becomes really, really powerful because there's like meaning behind it. And then you can just sit and use it for spell work or meditation, or I just have it on my notice board. So
is Merlin created now, Marina?
No. I'm testing it.
But is he created or?
Oh, it's created. Yeah,
I didn't realise it's created.
But I've not shared him with anybody because I'm basically using him for sigils rather than invocation. But he does both.
Wow.
But I've not done anything with him yet because I still, I don't know if I'm still playing with him. Yeah.
Yeah. Lorna, Merlin is a custom ChatGPT Marina created, so it's not available only for clients, I think. Well, it's still being tested.
Yeah, he sits alongside Delphia. So Delphia connects with the Oracle cards and is supportive of training, being able to kind of expand your awareness around the cards, but she also shows you shadows and patterns, the karmic stuff that maybe you're not seeing within the card as well. So she's everybody that's got access to her love her, absolutely love her. So, but Merlin is the divine masculine, but he comes up with the sigils and more specific invocation for clearing in the Akashic records.
Oh wow, cool, awesome. So, does anyone have any further questions? Anything you're not sure about?
No,
you know you've got the group. You can drop questions in there.
And I'll book a one-on-one with you, Wendy, at some stage, just to touch base, because we had a conversation separately, but I'll book a one-to-one.
Yeah,
But it won't
brilliant.
be now till the week after next, because I've got my sister with me
Yeah, no
next
worries.
week, and I won't be able to focus on anything when my sister's here.
I'll drop the link in the chat. If anyone who wants to book in a call. We've now got the 3 calls over the 6 months, so if you want to grab that, just grab it.
Brilliant.
Okie dokie.
Cool.
I will love and leave you all. It's good to see you all.
Great, lovely. See you soon.
Bye.
Thanks, Wendy.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.